Hello everyone, my name is Arum Mukti R.D. I'm from Seminar on ELT D, and now I'm going to explain my article. The title is Listening Activity in Improving Vocabulary Mastery, a Literature Review. So in this article, I will explain about objectives, methodology, results analysis, and conclusion. The first one is objectives. It said that how active listening training affect the vocabulary of students and the methodology. In this paper, students are asked to do on a test by doing a vocabulary mastery test and listening test. And the results analysis is students experiencing an increase in vocabulary knowledge after listening. And students also can improve their listening skills if they have a good vocabulary master. And in the conclusion, it indicates that there was a correlation between students' vocabulary mastery and their listening ability. The correlation study found as significant and so the introduction said that mastering vocabulary ensures that students understand not only the meaning of a words, but also how to use in a sentence. And listening is a fundamental skill that students studying in English as a foreign language in Indonesia must master. The argument is that as one's vocabulary grows, so does one's listening ability. So the use of vocabulary in English classes is important to ensure that students comprehend the content. Vocabulary is essential in all English language primary skills, such as listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Mastering vocabulary ensure that students understand not only the meaning of a word, but also how to use it in a sentence. And the argument in that one's vocabulary grows, so does one listening ability, means that therefore the purpose of this study is to describe and explore the effectiveness of listening of in vocabulary mastery. So this article, the main reason this article is created is to know how to describe and explore the effectiveness of listening in vocabulary mastery. So in this part, I will explain about this discussion. The objective of this paper is to see how active listening training affect the vocabulary of students. To see the difference between vocabulary master before after doing listening activity, students should do a test. Which test is it? We have a three tests. The first and the second test is pre-test, and the third test is post-test. In this test, approach was designed because its qualities are useful in assessing student vocabulary, acquisition, and mastery. Students are given certain words, and students should translate it into the target language, or it can be simplified as translation. So the student will be translate the words in the target language, which is Bahasa Indonesia. And the second test is the TOEFL simulation test. So when students take the TOEFL simulation, it just measures the proficiency in the listening part. This test, this test score represent the student ability in listening and in understanding about the topic. So its objective was to evaluate the condition of the student, how they've been known, and how they interpret the word. This assessment revealed the effect on student listening abilities and their vocabulary knowledge. Okay, so in the post-test, students are asked to write new words or vocabulary and their meaning in the target language, which is Bahasa Indonesia. After finish the post-test, the result show that students have many new words or new vocabularies that they get from the listening activity in the TOEFL. So from the TOEFL test audio, they increase their vocabulary from sentence or words that are heard from the audio. It means that student vocabulary increase and vocabulary mastery and listening ability are integrated constructively and essentially. we have an analysis that students experiencing an increase in vocabulary knowledge after listening to the TOEFL test audio, and students also can improve their listening skill if they have a good vocabulary master. That it means a significant relationship indicates that when a student's vocabulary master level is good, so does their listening performance. Unless the student's listening score is decreased, the student listening score will be lower as well. Then we can conclude that the listening activity helps students increase their knowledge about new words that students never heard before. And the second conclusion is the more the student's vocabulary knowledge, the stronger the ability to listen improves. So this is show that they were significant relation between listening activity and vocabulary mastery. And in writing this article, I have some references, and this is my references. Okay, thank you. I think that's all from me. Uh, Thank you very much for the attention. So, goodbye.